welcome back, one and all. Thank you again for joining us here on Gameyaaad TV. In this video, we will be sharing with you the review of day 2 of the third and final test match between Australia and the West Indies. As you know, this is a day and night fixture, an historic pink ball test currently going on at Sabina Park in Jamaica. Now, before I get into the details, what transpired on the day, I must, let you know that I would have gotten a chance to go to the game today to support the boys, and tell you, they did not disappoint, especially the bowlers. The batters, continue to let us down again. But before I get into the details though, I must commend, Cricket West Indies and the stakeholders for, the atmosphere that they would have created at Sabina Park. It was electric. Viewers and subscribers, and I would have gotten a chance to get a few merch, West Indies merch. I would have, bought a few items there yesterday, and commendation must go to Cricket West Indies for, allowing, supporters to get their hands on some West Indies merch. And I mean, the merch are very expensive, and it just show you how, the way that, how important West Indies is to the fans here in the Caribbean and also in the diaspora, because the merch are very expensive, and people were just purchasing West Indies merch. Boys, we just need you to do the work on the field. West Indies brand is just a brand that is a cut above the rest. I may say, West Indies brand is a big brand out there, and so we just need the boys to continue to do the work on the field. So the day started with West Indies would have been on 16 for 1. You know that Mitchell Stark would have removed Kevlan Anderson late on day 1. Now, I mean, to be fair to the guys, I think the pitch is very difficult to bat on. When you have the ball moving at such degree, it's very hard to bat on. I was there and I was watching the movements of the ball, and I mean, the ball was just nipping around, right? And it was very difficult, and that is one of the reasons why I think Darren Sammy and Ruston Chase may have gotten the batting lineup wrong. I think they should have played an extra batter instead of Jamel Warrican, right? Because right now I don't see the need for Jamel Warrican. The pitch is taking the seam bowling, right? And even yesterday Jamel Warrican was not used, right? So I think Darren Sammy and Chase should have played Kevin Imlach as an extra batter in this, and I just think we got it wrong. Australia got it right, where they played Scott Boland, and he got 3 wickets yesterday, right? So to be honest with you, I will be going back this today for the third day. I think the match will finish today. I mean, I don't see this match going into another day, to be honest with you. The way the ball was nipping around, especially on the light yesterday. Now, as I said, West Indies would have started the day on 16 for 1, and then they were dismissed for 143. So Brandon King was the first wicket to fall. As you know, West Indies would have been dismissed for 143, and they would have made that 143 in 52.1 overs. As you know, Australia would have been bowled out in the first innings for 225, and at the end of the West Indies innings, Australia would have taken or would have had an 82-run lead, and Australia would have finished the day on 99 for 6. Right, so as I said, West Indies started the day on 16 for 1. Brandon King was the first wicket to fall. I think that to be honest with you, I think that Brandon King got a raw deal, because I guess the umpire would have given him out on the field. So reviewing that, it was umpire's call and the ball barely clipping, the top of the beam, right? And I think that was, he was hard down there, for that dismissal. Ruston Chase would have fallen to Pat Cummins, and I think that the Australian bowlers, as you know, this is a world class, bowling attack, and they were relentless yesterday, and I think they bowled really well. All four, bowlers, they bowled really well, and the wickets, would have shared between all the bowlers of the Australians yesterday, and so as I said, Ruston Chase would have been caught by Khawaja of the bowling of Cummins for 18. John Campbell, I think John Campbell looked the more, set batter. He was looking really good out there in the middle. As I said, it was very difficult to bat, but he was, rotating the strike, getting the hard boundary from the bad balls, and he was very watchful at the wicket yesterday. But I think he was, probably lapse in concentration. He was LBW to Scott Boland, and I think from there the West Indies started, to collapse again. Mikhail Louis played one of the worst shots in history. I know that he is carrying a knee injury, and that probably could have, contributed the way that he played that shot. But it was a very poor, shots selection from Mikhail Louis, and he was bowled by Hazlewood. Shea Hope was looking good as well, with him and John Campbell at the wicket, and then he fell for 23. Mikhail Louis was, bowled by Hazlewood, as I would have said, for 7. Justin Graves run out by a brilliant, I think it was a brilliant feeling by Sam Kansas yesterday. They're trying to run 3 runs, and he was run out brilliantly for 18. Right, and Justin Graves was looking really good at the wicket as well. Alzarri, Shamar, and Jamel Wark, and they didn't stay around too long. Alzarri made 2, Shamar made 8, and Jamel Wark went for a duck, and Caden Seal was left not out on 4. Right, so when the West Indies were dismissed, I think it was just time when the lights were coming on. So I know that West Indies would well, to be honest with you, at Sabina Park yesterday, I was saying if we can prize out 4 wickets under the light, then we would in for a chance, right? But the guys, especially Shamar Joseph, started with the crowd behind him, because he removed Sam Kansas again early in the innings, and that would have started some really electrifying noise. In the decibel was high in Sabina Park yesterday when Shamar Joseph prized out that wicket of Sam Kansas, and from there I think he was feeding off the crowd behind him, and he was just electric under the lights last night. And then so he would have removed Sam Kansas for the duck, right? And then he would have bowled Usman Khawaja. That was a brilliant delay, and this was the 6th time they would have dismissed Khawaja from around the wicket. So that they plan out their overs really well, and As I said, I'm really impressed with this bowling attack that West Indies are. These boys are playing some really good. If the batters were batting in this series, it would be a different series. I'm telling you, these guys, they are fit, and they are fit, and they are bowling really well. They are consistent with their line and length. I mean, they would have gotten some support from the conditions with the ball, the pink ball nipping around. I think even for most of the day yesterday, it was slightly overcast, so there were clouds over the stadium. So I think that's why Australia would have gotten some good purchase out of the wicket when they were bowling yesterday afternoon, right? But I know that on the light they would struggle, right? So Cam Green has been really, really good for Australia. Yeah, so cricket is a game of small margin. We had, a few mishaps last night in terms of miscommunication. I think we missed two clear run-out chances yesterday, right, late in the evening. And also, I think they would have dropped, Steve Smith was dropped in the slip card and as well. So if West Indies would have, limit these errors, I think we would be we would have, in a better position in the game, right? So Cam Green has been batting really well, to be honest with you. Given how difficult the condition is, he's currently on 42, not out from 65 deliveries with 6 fours at a strike rate of 64.61. Steve Smith was comprehensively bowled by Alzarri Joseph, and by this time Alzarri Joseph started to get into rhythm, and he was cranking up the pace. And I said probably he is feeding off the atmosphere there in Sabina Park at this time. The crowd was electric supporting the boys, right? Because I think when West Indies would have been dismissed late in the afternoon, I think the crowd sensed that we would be in for a treat under the lights, and I think they got behind the boys, and I think they feed off the energy from the crowd, right? So Alzarri was cranking up the pace, especially to Steve Smith, right? He was bowling like 147 kph, right? He was, and I mean, Steve Smith would have said in the past that he's having difficulty, seeing the pink balls. I'm not sure if that was the case last night, but he was. I think he dropped on that one from Alzarri Joseph. Travis said, I think probably Justin Graves, as Travis said, picked it, right? He was a brilliant catch there from debutant Kevlan Anderson. I must commend him for that catch. It was a very sharp catch. His reflex was really, really brilliant. Picking up that catch under light. It was a brilliant catch. Travis said went for 16. I mean, even though I was very elated when we would have seen the back of Steve Smith, but I think the wicket of Bo Webster, just show that our bowlers are not just bowling out there. They have, tactics, and they have, they know how to set up batsmen. So Alzarri Joseph bowled a series of short ball to Bo Webster, right? And then he just pitched one right up, and he was that wicket. It was just superb to see how Alzarri Joseph set up Bo Webster, giving him a lot of short ball, and then hold one full and straight, right? It just nipped a little bit and clipped the top of off. I mean, that was a peach of a delivery, from Alzarri Joseph there, and getting Bo Webster there for 13, because Bo Webster was looking really good as well. And then Alex Carey came in. He was removed by Alzarri. Alzarri bowled really well, in the latter part of the innings last night. He was cranking up the pace, right, and feeding, from the energy from the crowd as well. So at the wicket currently, we have Pat Cummins on 5, and also Cameron Green on 42. as you know, Cameron Green also in the first inning. I think he is the player that batted really well on this pitch so far. He would have made 46 in the first inning, right? And he's currently on 42, right? They are 96 for 6, and with a lead of 181. And I suspect that this may have been, a little bit too much for West Indies, but you never know. It's a game of cricket, a game of a lot of uncertainties. But I think we need to wrap up this innings early today to have a chance, because we cannot allow Australia to bowl. We cannot allow them to push the game nearer into the lights, because it will be difficult to bat on. So if we can bat enough of the day, then we may in for a chance if even one or two of our batters can really get set in the day, right? And then it may be a little bit easier to bat under the line. But if we are just going in to bat under the line, it will be very difficult. But these Australian bowlers, they are relentless. They bowl, they give nothing away, basically. They were spot on yesterday. They were just relentless with their line and lengths, right? So, I mean, 181 lead might be difficult for the West Indies, to be honest, when you look on the conditions here. But as I said, we are going to still, cheer for the West Indies. But realistically, it may be a little bit out of, reach for the West Indies. But we are still vying for the West Indies to win this match. Now, in terms of our bowling figures, Jaden Seal would have bowled 8 overs, 2 maiden, 32 runs he would have conceded with no wickets. At an economy of 4, Shamar Joseph 9 overs, 3 maiden, 26 runs conceded with 2 wickets. At an economy of 2.88. Alzarri Joseph 8 overs, 1 maiden, 19 runs, 3 wickets at an economy of 2.37. And Justin Graves 4 overs, no maiden, 19 runs conceded with 1 wicket at an economy of 4.75. So the boys are really bowling really well, and I hope that they can just wrap up the innings early today, this afternoon, and we're just going to bat and see how we can negotiate those Australian bowlers. But as I said, I think the Australians are in front where this game is concerned. I mean, one might look on it to say that it's just 181, but I mean, when you look at the condition, it's very difficult to bat out here. The ball is nipping around. I think the ball is doing too much, right? So it's very difficult to bat when the ball is moving at such a degree. Those degrees look like it's over 1, degree. I mean, if it were about 0.5 to 0.9 movement, then players could bat. But when you go over 1, it's very difficult to bat under those circumstances. But we are still, rooting for the West Indies, and I hope that they can put in a performance that will, just give us something to smile about today. Thank you so much for joining us here on Gameyaaad TV. Please remember to hit that subscribe button. Please remember to like the video and to share the video with your friends and family. Please remember, this engagement with the video doesn't cost anything, and when you engage with the video, it allows other persons to be able to view the video. So please remember to just give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also to give share it with your friends and families, and also share your thoughts down in the comment section. Thank you for watching again, and have a great day.